Alright, so I'm gonna go over my Premier League predictions for the season and who I'm gonna think is gonna get in the top six, who's gonna be the Golden Boot winner, who's gonna be the top assister, who's gonna be the Young Player of the Year, and who's gonna be in the relegation battle. Um, for the sixth place, I have Tottenham. I feel like they're gonna improve, especially under what's his name, Thomas Frank. I think now that they're not gonna be playing a high line, that they're gonna be, I guess, more solid defensively. And what I've seen from them, and who they bought, I see that they're more of a capable team. I know they lost James Madison with the ACL, but I think I took out before the time runs out and the transfer window, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get someone, and they should probably get someone competent, and they're overall like probably the sixth place, seventh place, eighth place team in the league. But I believe they're better than like Nottingham Forest, like Villa, or who else could be up there. Um, I don't know, Fulham, Brighton. They're better than all those teams, so that's why I think they're gonna be six. And then fifth place, I have Newcastle. I know a lot of people probably won't have them this high, but I believe they're probably the best fifth place team in the league. I know they're probably gonna lose Isaac, and he's pressuring to leave the club, but I don't know. I don't really see them getting any lower. Every other position, they're still solid. There's problems. Like I know they probably can't compete on every front now that they have Champions League as well. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna get like Wissa from Bournemouth, and then there's some goals right there, and then they should just get like a competent striker. They're linked with Jackson. They're linked with other people, but I feel like they should just get someone out of Europe. Because I don't know, for some reason, everyone they choose from the Premier League, they're not being able to get them. Even if I feel like they get Watkins, that's still a better striker than some of the ones they're being linked to. So I don't know. I feel like if they get Watkins, that's still solid, and that's still good enough to be fifth place in the Premier League. And fourth place, I have Manchester City. I think they're gonna be fourth because I don't know. They have too many problems defensively. Attacking wise, or like from the midfield up, I don't have any doubts about them. In the sense, I do have some doubts in the sense of like I guess in certain games, I don't know. There's certain players that I don't see them like getting them out of problems. Like if they're facing, I mean, they're better at probably facing like what's it called? Like a team that sticks back better than probably Arsenal or some other teams. Maybe even Liverpool. They're better than like breaking down teams because they do it more, and they're more used to possession based teams. But like since their defense is kind of leaky on transition based against transition based teams, I'm pretty sure they can get hurt. And I don't know this goalkeeper situation. I know they bought that goalkeeper from Brentford. I'm not Brentford, from Burnley, but I don't see them being that good defensively. A lot of their defensive players have been lacking, and they've been really bad like this since this past season. And then Rodri going down with some other type of injury that just messes up more the team, or the cohesion of the team. And I don't know. They bought some good players. They've been active, so they've been trying to solve problems. But a lot of these players need to gel, and I don't see them gelling that fast. I feel like they need like a season or two to gel, but I don't even think Guardiola gives them that much time because they brought in what's his name, Savinho, last season, and he's already gonna be being sold to like Tottenham, or he's being linked with them already, and that's just 1 year. So they didn't even have time to gel or anything. So I don't know. There's too many problems that I feel like, and a lot of the players that are like solid are like older. Like Bernardo Silva's older. Kevin De Bruyne's not there no more. They got rid of who else? Grealish, which I don't really think that's much of a loss. So a lot of the new players need to step up. So, and I feel like they will. They just won't be enough for like higher than fourth, in my opinion. Third place, I have Chelsea. Have them third. I know they're the champions of the world. I don't doubt that. I don't know. I don't see them being competitive for more than, I don't know, probably 20, 25 games out of the season. And win the Premier League, you can't just be competitive in 20 something games out of the season. You gotta be competitive all 38 games of the season. That could probably be more competitive in more of them, but I don't see them doing it over a whole season. Like Chelsea as a cup team, they're incredible. Like I feel like they're gonna be way better in the Champions League than they're gonna be in the Premier League. So Champions League, we probably need to watch out for Chelsea, but in the Premier League, I don't know. I feel like after January, February being nice to them, I think they're gonna fall off because I don't know, for some reason they just can't compete the whole. Like they were in the title race. I remember last year until like December, and then after December, Cole Palmer, I don't know, he fell off like the face of the earth, and they just weren't scoring. He wasn't assisting anymore, and if he wasn't doing anything, the whole team wasn't doing anything because no one else was like, I guess, an offensive threat or something. And I mean, it makes sense, but that's why I have them in third place. They're a good team. I feel like they need like 1 or 2 seasons. It might be this season and then the next they challenge, or it might be they might need this season and the next to get up there, and then like they'll be in the first 2 places after that. Like I don't doubt that they're gonna be up there like in the next 1 or 2 seasons. They're building a really good squad, and their turnover rate. I don't know, when they bought all them young players, I didn't see the vision, but now that they sold them and then they just kept on buying. I mean, it's nice. It's just like also for team cohesion. I don't really think it's a good idea because there's always gonna be like a gelling period that they need, and that maybe other teams don't have, which is I think a benefit. My opinion. I don't know. That might not even mean anything. They're probably way better, and they don't need all that extra stuff. But that's just extra stuff like off the pitch. I'm just saying like team cohesion. If it's frequently changing, if there's like new players every window, and then other players are just getting rid of. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the team can gel. It takes the team longer to gel together in that sense. That's why I think in cup competitions is just good because usually the team is already set, and then it's good for that amount of time. I don't know. I have a second place. I have Liverpool. I know it's a hot take, but I don't know. Getting rid of the South Americans, getting rid of uh, what's it, Luis Diaz, getting rid of Darwin Nunez. Like I know people want to banner them, especially Darwin, but they are every bit of what you call it accredited to winning this title like anybody else, like Van Dyke or Mohamed Salah. And then after losing like the Community Shield, especially the way they lost, like Henderson looking like a better goalkeeper than Allison. Like maybe not in the whole game, but especially in that penalty shootout, I don't know. I don't see it from them like you would normally see it. And them being like they're older. I guess the problems that happened in the Community Shield they were from Van Dyke. That's what people were saying. I don't remember how they happened. I don't remember the goals that much. But Salah, I don't know. Just for some reason in big games he's just not there. Like against little teams, against like the lower half, he's gonna fucking smack them. But I don't know. The top half, he's not usually present. When we faced him, I remember. I think he just got an assist. Was the only thing, or he got a goal. I think. I don't know when Arsenal faced him, but I don't know. He's older. Salah could like fall off of this season. I mean, it can't be discounted or like out of reason. He's gonna be like what 34, 35. I mean, yeah, that could happen. I don't want that to happen, but it could. And then Van Dijk could probably even fall off a little bit. They're just counting on all these random players, and then Ekatike he's good, but it's a lot of potential. I can't say with the certainty he's gonna score 20 something goals. Which I mean, even if he scored 15, I think that's fine. But there's a lot of players that aren't there no more that pushed them through a lot of the seasons. Even not having Jota anymore. I know through the tragic thing that happened, but Jota is a clutch player. And then when he would come in second half, or when he would come in his cameos, he was always like contributing towards the team. Like he could give you a good solid 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Or in games where you need maybe to rest players, he was a good piece. Like having Luis Diaz and then having Diego Jota, that's not that much of a fall off. I would say, and they don't have that no more. They don't have it in Diego Jota. They don't have a Luis Diaz. They don't have a Darwin Nunez. Like even Darwin Nunez If he's not scoring goals, he's pressing the fuck out of the other team. Like you can't you can't deny that. Like I guess qualities that you could give Ekatika is like he's way better technically. He's way better maybe at shooting in certain instances. He's probably better. I don't know with his touch. A lot of things he has better than Darwin Nunez, but in the physicality department, he's not better than Darwin Nunez. He's not stronger than Darwin Nunez. He's not faster than Darwin Nunez, and like he's not gonna be pressing like Darwin Nunez. So those three attributes you're losing, especially, and those are things you don't see, but I feel like that's gonna be a big thing, especially even with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is a very, especially would say, like a very, what do you call it? Like he's very not indecisive, but he could break play really easily. He's super good on one on ones. You're gonna be losing that on the left side, even if you have Gakpo or whatever. You're gonna be losing that flair, that attack, and the goals. He scored 17 goals last season. I mean, I'm not saying that Gakpo gonna get that, but I don't think he's gonna get 17. I don't know. There's a lot of things that aren't cohesive. They get Isaac. I probably would change. I would put them first, but they also have a lot of defensive problems. I mean, the defense. I don't know. Losing Trent as well. That's another thing. That's like 15. That's like 10 to 15 assists that you lose automatically. And I'm not saying Frimpong can't get that, but I would say Frimpong in a good season would get like 8 or 9 assists. I don't think he's getting more than that. And Trent has usually been at least like 12 to 15, 12 to 20 assists, and that's like an attacking threat. Obviously, defensively, he was very leaky, but I don't really think that's much of a change from Frimpong the Trent in that sense. And then they have the other left back. I don't know. I've seen him in some games, but I don't think he's like as good as people say. Like they just put these names on their back, but like I don't know. I see more doubts with it. There's a lot of turnover in this team, and there's a lot of I don't know. The Spanish they were saying it was muy europeo or something. Like they weren't like apostando. They weren't going for the South American. But I mean that could just be my opinion. But whatever. Like the champions, I got Arsenal. Obviously, I think that because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I could say it with my chest all the way out that I think they're more likely to be champions this season than the past 2 or 3, whatever, because they've been second. But every other year, I always thought they were going to be first. Obviously, things happened, especially last season with the injuries. That 22 season, we just weren't good enough. We needed more goals. And then in like I don't know the 24 season, what happened? I don't know, but certain things happened. I guess we just weren't good enough for like I think 2 games where we needed to be good enough. But I think the team overall has a lot of experience. We haven't really lost any players. We've gotten really solid players. I think backups in a lot of positions and a lot of uh, players that especially are going to contribute like throughout day one. And then the main thing is just Jokeres. We have a 9 now. I don't know. When I saw the goals against Atletico Bilbao, like I haven't seen that in forever. I haven't seen a header. I haven't seen like a centro then to a header to switch to the second post. I haven't seen that in like years. And then like the second one he had, like a lot of people were criticizing him because they didn't know what to criticize. They were saying that he doesn't have headers. Like he almost scored 2 in 1 game. He had a diving header. I haven't seen a diving header in like years, especially from Arsenal. So I don't know. We generate the most chances probably per game than any other team. I would say just Liverpool would be above us in that. But now having a 9 there, I'm pretty sure if he had, I think in that game he either had like 3 or 4 chances in like 60 something minutes, 70 something minutes, and then Havertz like came off the bench and scored one, like a good goal, like one that he doesn't usually score. I think it's just the competition is getting like stronger, and then like the team is getting better. And then if we just make those 2 signings, either a left winger, or if we just make the signing of Eze, I know that's gonna push us over the line. Because defensively, we're a strong team. We're not easy to score against, and I know that. And a lot of teams know that. They just don't want to give us that credit. So a lot of teams talk to us like they can like freaking beat us when they don't. There is like some teams that do beat us, but I think in those games where like maybe when we go away to like Newcastle or you go to Villa Park or when you go I don't know maybe Liverpool or Man City, with Jokic, like we're gonna have more of an attacking threat, and maybe there might be draws, or maybe there might be wins now. Because everybody else, with the team we had with no 9, we were beating them. So I don't know. We've gotten better, and a lot of teams either gotten worse or they've gotten a little bit better, but they're not better than this team. So that's why I'm gonna tout them as I'm gonna put them as champions. The Golden Boot, I have Jokic. I don't really probably have to talk that much about that. Uh, I would say like if he had a good season, I was thinking at least 20 goals, but I don't know. The way I'm thinking of it and the way I'm seeing the team move, I don't see why he can't get like 25 goals. Like, well, that would be kind of crazy. But I think he could get at least 25. The way this team's playing, he's gonna like freaking mess up like low these low table teams. He's probably gonna get the most there. I'm not gonna lie. But in the big games, I know he's gonna show up as well. But I don't know. I just see it. The mentality. He's a number 9. I don't know. We haven't had that mentality in a long time, so I see him getting the Golden Boot. And then the top assists have Eze. He had I think 11 last year. I think he was up there, probably like fourth or fifth. Um, if we get him for Arsenal, he's gonna be maybe our top assister, even better than Odegaard. He might even play more. Hopefully, I don't know. But even if he stays at Crystal Palace, I still feel like he's gonna be a top assister. Crystal Palace also plays good. They have Mateta. Mateta is a really good forward. They just look better cohesively as a team. And if he stays or if he goes, like I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fighting up there in the top 3 of the season, and maybe Odegaard will. But I don't know, for some reason I think Eze is gonna be the top assister. The best young player I have is Esteval. There could be a lot of players. There could be like Waneri, Miles Kelly, like from Arsenal, and then like I don't know, maybe in other teams as well. I think there's Rio from Liverpool. I don't know who else. But I think Esteval, what I've seen, I guess in highlights, and what I've seen in the Club World Cup, he is a legit like star player, and I think he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be one of the best to be in this Chelsea team, and I feel like he's gonna be fighting for a position because he's gonna be wanting to be in the Brazil squad. Like right now with the this guy with the World Cup on the way, like Esteban knows he has to be if he wants to be on that plane or included in those what is it 26-man squads. He's gonna have to actually ball out, and like he's been doing it with Palmeiras, and I think he could do it in the Premier League, especially with against the lower oppositions. And he seems pretty cohesive. He plays off the left, and off the left, I don't really know who's normally on the left for Chelsea. I know off the right it's Pedro Neto, but I don't know off the left. I'm not too sure exactly who is the starting left winger. And I don't see why Esteban can't be that starting left winger. I don't know if he played off the right. I remember seeing, I guess in that Milan game he was off the left, so I don't see how he can't be in the starting lineup almost every other week. He's especially gonna play in the Champions League, but I don't know. I think he can win a starting spot in the Premier League. I think if he scores one or two or assists in important games and like get off the ground running, like I'm pretty sure he can get a starting spot. And he's gonna want to get a starting spot because like there's a lot of competition if he's playing off the left with Rodrigo, with Vinny, with Neymar, with there's so many players that can play off the left. And like he's young, he should be in the Brazil team. Like Vinny is being like Dookie, so I don't see why he can't be off the left right now. So that's my pick for the best young player. Relegation battle. I just put the names in there. I got Brentford. I got Leeds. I got Burnley. I think they're gonna be the lowest ones. I don't know. I think Sunderland has made enough signings for them not to be in the bottom ones. I'm pretty sure they will be. I don't know. I think one of them little videos, the TikTok one, I put like what position? I put like Sunderland to get like 15th, and I think they're gonna be around there, 15, 16, 17. They're not gonna be like that much up there, but I feel like they're gonna get 15. And Brentford, I just like they've lost their whole spine. They lost Flecken, they lost Norgard, they lost Mbuemo, and they lost like somebody else. They've lost like I said the whole spine of their team. And when you lose that, like, it's really hard to replace. And other than to replace, like if you don't have a good goalkeeper, it's not gonna be good. Like they got a solid one and like Liverpool's like old goalkeeper, but I don't think that's enough to stay up. And like losing, like I said, the whole spine, Norgard, and Buemo, and Flecken. That's three players. That's your goalie, your midfield captain, and then like your freaking winger, like basically top scorer of last season. That's way too much turnover. That's why I think they're gonna be there. Then Leeds and Burnley, but I don't think they have Premier League proven squads. They have certain players that are very good or that can contribute to a Premier League squad, but they're not like the quality as a whole, or even the managers. I don't know. I feel like what's his name? That the German manager that Leeds have, like he was better probably with Norwich than he is going to be with his Leeds team. These have some pretty good players, but they're not. I don't know. They're not like unbeatable, in my opinion. But I think that's the relegation battle. And then I think the MVP or PFL Player of the Year. If I'm tipping Arsenal to go so high or be the best, I think it's got to be Jokeres. I mean, if he's going to be scoring the most amount of goals, he scores like 25, 30, 20 goals, and then like let's say he gets like 8 assists, 9 assists. I don't see why he can't get assists as well. Um, I don't see him. I don't see why he won't be up there. I see him getting more assists than Haaland. Hopefully, he gets more goals than Haaland, but it's gonna be between him and Haaland for that Golden Boot. And then like for Liverpool was like I don't think the Golden Boot I guess will be against Salah, but for some reason I think he's gonna fall off a little bit. He's not gonna be up there like he normally is. If normally he gets like 20 something goals easily, I think he'll barely break 21 or 22 this season. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like he's just gonna die off a little bit because obviously he's gonna have to be cohesive with his teammates and like I don't think he's gonna get that much service from the what's it called the right back, left back, and then with his like partners up front. So I think that's gonna make Liverpool a little bit harder. Even though through the middle they have Verts now, and Verts is that's a baller. So Verts might pick up that lack of attacking play, but who knows? Who knows what will happen? That's just my opinion. That's what I think, and hopefully the season goes well for Arsenal and we win the league. But I mean, none of that is guaranteed. So hopefully you like the video, you subscribe, and peace out.